Hey guys, it's Justin
Nicholas
from Let's Get Girls, and in today's video, we want to talk to you guys about us, our community, and about NoFap. So what is NoFap? NoFap is essentially the act of not masturbating, right? Kind of weird, kind of crazy. Now myself, I haven't masturbated in about 2 years now.
and I think I've been going on 2 weeks now, and I've just noticed some drastic changes in my life where it's I'm more prone to just going out and talking to girls, whereas before I just rationalize I can just chill at home and load up Bang Bros, put some Latina porn on there and just go to town. But now it's I'm actually getting laid more frequently. I'm actually sticking in sets longer. I'm actually just going for it, you know what I mean? I'm waiting till the end of the night. I'm just sticking out every single set, talking to everybody because I know that I don't want to go home with blue balls. And I know that's just building up in there and I'm turning into a fucking maniac. And if I don't bust soon, I'll go crazy. So my brain finds ways of finding out how to get the job done.
It's very intense. So personally for me, a couple years ago, Nick knows this, I was coming out of a really bad breakup, and I knew that either I don't masturbate or I do, but it's going to be two very separate, different lives and different paths that I could personally take. And I recognized that if I were to stop masturbating, essentially it would mean that I have no other recourse except sex. And in having sex, it means I have sex with lots of girls. And in my thought process, 2 years ago, in that immature breakup headspace, I felt that every girl I have sex with is kind of a giant fuck you to my ex. And so my thought process was I'm just not going to masturbate, and I'm going to have sex with lots of girls just to say fuck you to my ex. Now get this, right? Probably since I stopped masturbating, I've probably pulled in the hundreds of girls, okay? Me and Nick go out, we say almost every day here in Toronto, and I mean, almost every time we go out, we pull, right? Obviously we have some bad weeks, but a lot of times we have some good weeks. Now what NoFap does for you, what not jerking off does for you, is it allows you to completely just maximize your results. Because at the end of the night, you can either go home and not jerk off and just go to sleep, or you can go to sleep with a cute girl, right? What NoFap does is it's a challenge. It's a challenge where you put yourself in a position where you're not going to jerk off, okay? And this does have some health benefits as well, right? What are some good examples of that?
Well, for one, I work out a lot harder in the gym, I find, when I don't jerk off. It's weird.
Yeah.
Almost it's increased testosterone.
It does. It's scientifically proven to increase testosterone.
Also, I noticed that I have a lot less acne since I stopped jerking off. My face feels clearer. Less mental fog. I'm just more focused.
That's another benefit, by the way, guys. It's scientifically proven you have increased testosterone, which causes less mental fog. You become better with women because you're more just charismatic out there yourself, really putting your intent out there.
I'm less passive as well. I noticed that I talk a little bit louder, a little bit more forceful in my communication, and I'm a little bit more assertive too. Where it's people would fuck with me during the day sometimes, even little subtle things. And I find myself standing up for myself. Whereas before I'd be just, I'd shrug it off and I'd just be oh, okay, whatever.
There's just absolutely insane benefits to NoFap. Just the list goes on.
I think
those are just a few.
Either two different ways. It's either coping or thriving. And coping is where you can just go home and jerk off. It's like a safety net where, you can just satisfy yourself. Thriving is where you're actually hunting for your fucking, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. And I personally like to thrive rather than cope. So in every decision in life that you make, it's you'll gravitate more towards thriving just by doing this one simple thing, which is not fapping. It says the frame.
Right. So, I mean, can you imagine what I've gone through after 2 years of not jerking off? It's shifted everything for me personally. I can't even explain how much it's personally done for me. Okay. And I know, Nick, when you're getting the most incredible results, I know it's
I won't
a
even
lot
have
of
to
it.
be jerking
Yeah, you
off.
don't need to.
I'd be getting more lays, especially while I'm in the strip club too. I'd be making more money and things like that. It's just everything just falls into place when I don't masturbate. It's funny.
And it actually even goes back to kind of religious beliefs. I think it's in Hinduism. They believe that you only have a limited amount of semen, seed. And that's why it's you shouldn't masturbate because you should conserve the energy, because to them it's sexual energy.
Yeah.
And when you actually hold on to that sexual energy, you can use it for other things, such as even building your career in business, because it's essentially you're saving that energy and you can focus the energy on other things, right? And I know a lot of Tantra talks about that kind of stuff.
And Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, it's called sexual transmutation, where you direct that energy towards something constructive rather than destructive. So are you just letting it go and releasing it, and then suddenly you notice you get really lazy and complacent and you just kind of lay in bed? Or do you use that towards your work where you're really aggressive and you're really fiery and you have like this power in you that you just like, you go full force? So, yeah.
So guys, we are challenging you guys, okay? We want to challenge you guys. The NoFap challenge, okay? We want to see how long you can go on this challenge, on this journey. I made it 2 years. I think it's been 700 and, what is it? It's like I don't know. It's been a while. It's almost 800 days, I think.
Wow.
Or no, 700. I don't know. It's been 2 years and 5 days, right? The last day I masturbated was March 8th, 2016, right? And now, has there been some close calls? Absolutely. I'd say the first 2 weeks are the hardest. The first month is brutal, right? And obviously, when we're dating and sleeping with girls, it makes things a lot easier, right? But, because here's the thing, jerking off is actually, it can be healthy for your prostate, but actually, because of evolutionary theory, having sex is what actually makes that beneficial, right? That's what strengthens the prostate, right? It's like your body rewards you from having sex, but actually masturbation actually causes a lot of problems, such as addiction to porn, right? A lot of guys are addicted to porn, and one major thing that happens is they're so addicted to porn that when they even were to pull a really attractive girl home, that they can't even have sex with them. They can't even get aroused for that woman and sleep with them and pleasure them in that way. When you have this beautiful woman sitting in front of you, right? And you can't even satisfy her or enjoy it because you're just addicted to some kind of stimulation coming out of a screen.
And you're isolating yourself from actual like contact with real life people, and that's why you become anxious and like awkward. Like I find that the more I jerk off and the more I watch porn and sit in my room in a dark just fucking corner looking up twisted shit, you know, I'm just not so used to talking to people anymore and not used to interacting with women that it's like I just become like this creep basically. And even in like everyday life where you're just talking to strangers or you're talking to your colleagues or whatever, you just feel like they know almost, and you just feel awkward, like fuck, they can see right through me, you know? And it just like, it completely dulls your charisma, it dulls your like quality of life and your desire to like kill it. And yeah, that's what I find personally.
These benefits to NoFap are just so fucking crazy. So like, not only does your sexual life get better, you become better in bed, your relationships become stronger, you become better with women, you become more charismatic and confident. People just want to be around you more.
You're more of a hustler overall.
Think better. Yeah, you're a hustler. You work harder. You're more motivated.
And like the reason I got into it recently was because of recent events where I found out that I was very dependent on this one girl, almost. Like I was starting to feel myself becoming needy, and I didn't want to like make my life revolve around this chick. And I found that one problem I had was jerking off constantly. So once I cut jerking off out, I was just into like fucking badass mode where I'm just like hustling more and I'm trying to build my life into something successful and awesome, and you know, have hobbies and not cope and not fall into this little bullshit pattern.
It was the same thing with me 2 years ago. Nick, do you remember 2 years ago I was coming out of that breakup and I went on NoFap, and within 3 days you got me laid with a really hot girl that I thought was out of my league, right? And I just went on to just crush it results every week, and it was directly attributed to NoFap because I mean, otherwise, I would just be going home and jerking off 10 times a day. For me, it was an issue. It was an addiction where I'd be like literally jerking, being my meat, literally 10 times a day until it fucking hurt. And I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to fucking sleep because I would fucking be like up in the middle of the night fucking jerking off at like 5 in the morning. And
yeah, I was in the same boat, honestly. Like even during the school year and stuff, I was like really depressed, and that was my one way to like feel good and just like get a little dopamine hit, crank it out, and then just fall back asleep depressed as fuck. And I would just constantly rely on that as my only source of happiness, and that's when a problem fucking happens. It's when it becomes an addiction, like drinking, gambling, smoking, whatever. Absolutely.
You guys have to realize you're not alone out there, right? Like masturbation can be an addiction and a really bad habit that a lot of people are addicted to, right? And so we have a community. It's called Let's Get Girls Community. Now we're challenging you guys to not only just cut out porn, which is probably the worst thing that you can almost do for your game and for yourself, but just also quit out masturbation. Just cut it the fuck out and join our community, Let's Get Girls Community, on Facebook. You can search up Let's Get Girls Community, or the link is in the description of this video, and you can join us, connect with us, add us on Facebook, and feel free to ask questions and just be part of our group and community.
Yeah, guys. That's about it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this video, give it a like, share it with a friend who might benefit from it, and make sure to join Let's Get Girls Community on Facebook. Thank you guys.